Balcony TV! Dave on Green on Telefish Corky, Tommy on Saw Laura and his son Elysian. And today on the show we have James Elliott Taylor. What are you going to play, James?
A song called Artichoke Stew.
Brilliant, take it away.
Thanks. Accidentally amidst the moonlight in a cemetery. You were laying flowers on a grave and I was just there to laugh at all the silly names. Pardon me, but who do you think you are, giggling like a fool in a graveyard after dark? Those were the first beautiful words you said to me, and I replied immediately, hello there, why I'm Jesus Christ. At least I used to be in a former life. I'm pleased to meet you, how do you do? Are you here because you're feeling lonely too? And you whisper, yes, softly with hardly a breath. We stood and wondered at the stars until the cold forced us to go indoors. I suggested a restaurant I knew that stayed open all night and served artichoke stew. There's a sword behind the bar and they brew their own beer. I excitedly exclaimed into your frigid little ear, I'm sure it's lovely, darling, just so long as it's warm. You said back to me and my love for you was born. At our table was a window and in the fogged up pane you drew an upside down heart around the initials of our names. Then you blew out the candle as you raised your glass of ale and toasted to our deaths, let not life prevail. And through the dawn we strolled with nowhere to be or to go. Sunrise was washed out by the rain, and so we had to go back indoors again. This time into a coffee shop for croissants, espresso shots and a cigarette or two in the early morning gloom. Can you tell me why it is that every time I sneeze my vision goes black and white and I hear the sound of bees? You asked, I can, of course I can, I answered with aplomb. The buzz is because you've had honey on your brain all along, and the reason you go colorblind is that a sneeze has put a grey cloud passing through the rainbow of your mind. Are you Scorpio, Sagittarius, or both? You inquired and I responded, honestly I've never really known. Then the sky cleared up, so we left our crumbs and empty cups. Sat upon the beach to be there at the end when the waves finally reached, and we counted every one of them, then rode into the sand. Life is too confusing to ever understand. We built a driftwood bonfire and burned our clothes and waited into the water until it reached our noses, holding hands but not our breath. We sank to the ocean floor and invited death. Washed up near comatose, yet somehow still alive. But you were much more fortunate, my mermaid bride. I saw your floating body, lifeless and serene, carried out by the current and the tide into the vastness of the sea. Then I went back home, beside myself and alone. Great, thanks.
And so I wanted to ask you a few
questions.
questions.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Should I sit down again?
So, yeah, how can we find out more about you before you head off?
You can just go online, there's lots of Google things you can type in, find it there.
Okay, great.
All sorts of little
James
spaces.
Elliott Taylor, and find you on Facebook? Or
No, not
how do we
Facebook.
find you?
Just type it into Google, there'll be all sorts of different things here and there.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Safe trip back home, and come back again soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
BalconyTV.